all moving toward one of two futures, one of freedom or one of decline. And the difference are the choices we make today. It was 10:30 at night when my phone buzzed. The text read, "I think I need to call 911 and go to the hospital." A loved one was in severe pain, alone and scared. I was in New York teaching about health at the Academy of Medicine, teaching others how to make better choices with their health and body. Meanwhile, back in Ohio, someone I love was fighting for their life. I had no idea how much this one moment was about to change everything for our family. For decades, they had struggled with chronic health challenges, things like diabetes, neuropathy in their feet, and many other lifestyle-driven conditions. Our journey really started in 2018 when a small diabetic wound showed up on the bottom of their foot that became infected, and it led to the loss of a toe. 6 years later, that wound came back, only worse. The infection spread quickly, and the body couldn't fight back. By 2025, the leg was gone, along with their independence. The ability to walk, to take a shower on their own, even to hop in the car and go to the grocery store. Those simple things were all gone. And the hardest of all was the freedom to engage in the joys of everyday life, including caring for their grandchildren. Now here's the truth. This condition didn't happen overnight. It was years of choices stacking up. Years of ultra-processed foods, little movement of the body, and long hours spent in a recliner. Day after day, year after year, those patterns and choices accumulated. And when crisis came, their body couldn't fight back. For a long time, I thought once decline started, the future was sealed. Turns out that's not always true. I've seen patients in my practice turn it around by making different choices starting now. At the other end of the spectrum, I've also seen the opposite. People in their late 70s and 80s who are still thriving because of the choices they made early. They move their bodies, they eat with intention, they have great social networks, and they're still learning and exploring in this world. And here's what stands out the most about them. They're not just living longer, they're living with a much better quality of life. They're vibrant, they're engaged, they're present. They're always showing up for the moments and experiences that matter the most. And I do want to pause here for just a moment because there are some health challenges that are not always in our control. Sometimes conditions strike that no amount of healthy choices could prevent or change. But for many of us, our daily choices are what determine whether we will age with freedom or with limitation. We are the sum of our everyday choices. After 18 years of caring for thousands of patients in my chiropractic office, I've seen this story play out time and time again. One group will drift off into decline, often unaware, until a crisis forces them to confront the cost of neglect. The other group, they make small, steady choices early, and as a result, they reach their 70s, 80s, and even 90s with energy, independence, and joy. Two very different futures shaped by the same thing, our daily choices. I've learned that freedom and decline isn't based on luck. It's built one small choice at a time, often years before we think those choices really matter. And the people who I see living with strength, energy, and freedom in their later decades are often the ones who decided years earlier to be intentional about their health. Too often we wait until something breaks, but by then the road back is much harder. Sometimes it becomes nearly impossible to rebuild health once it's lost. So protecting your health now is always easier than trying to rebuild it later. I share these stories both of hardship and vitality because I don't want you to have to learn the hardship lesson the hard way. Being mindful about aging isn't about fearing it, it's about building it. It's in the way we move our body every day. It's in the foods we choose, although not perfectly, but with intention to build health. And it's in the connections we keep and the curiosities we carry to keep learning and growing. And it's in the way we rest and restore our body on a regular basis. None of it happens overnight, but when we stack them over the years, these choices create strength, energy, and freedom that last. These stories are both painful and joyful, but they're great reminders. Reminders that every day we are writing the future that we'll one day live. So I'd like to leave you with a challenge. Wherever you are in life, the truth is the same. You can keep drifting, or you can start building. Tomorrow starts with a choice, freedom or decline. Which will you build? Thank you.